I'm not sure if we have succeeded, but my backdrop is not my usual backdrop, and I need to take you on a tour because there are some inevitable things that are not quite in the same place, but are still close enough to where I have been for the past few years. So I want to walk you through this because we've got a bandsaw here. I've got a cupboard that I recently made, and we made a whole series of 9 or 10 episodes that walk us through the procedure for making, designing, and so on. I've got my backdrop of tools. I've got my plywood workbench. I've got a variety of things on my end wall. I've got a wood rack with certain level of wood, but I've had to downsize because we are in the process. We've got builders in, and they are building a customized workshop studio for me and for everybody to work in. So we're going to still have the edit suite. We're still going to be producing videos, but I thought this would be important to walk you through it because you haven't been with me on this section of the journey. We've had, I think, 4 skips filled with stuff that we needed to offload, get rid of, recycle, upcycle, and things like that. So, but this feels like home at the moment. And actually, this is a downsized place. This is in the kitchen of my house. And we've had to do this because we didn't want to stop filming. We wanted to keep you on the making agenda. And so we've set up in a very small space, about half of what we normally have. But this is actually the same size as the garage space that I've had probably close to the last 10 years. It's been an evolution and a revolution in some ways because I've downsized. I did have machines 15 years ago. I'm down to 1 machine. I've got my bandsaw, and I've had a 16-inch bandsaw for the last 5 or 6, 7 years. And before that, I had a 14-inch that I was very happy with. And I've gone back down to a 14-inch. So this is my latest bandsaw. I've done some retrofitting with it. I did not like the fence that came with it, so I resorted to a Craig fence, which I like quite well. I had to do a few things to the bandsaw table, put an infill in the second T-slot because I wouldn't use that side. But I made this with a T out of a piece of wood, so I can remove it very easily. I've got this set into the groove, and it's got a magnet on the other side, so that helps me to move freely from one side to the other. But I can also take the fence off, and I made this one. This is a sledge, and this works great for 90-degree dead-on, 90-degree cut, so I can slide this up here and cross-cut my wood if I want to. I won't overuse that. I don't use it a whole lot, but it is handy. So I put a magnet in here, I sit it on a shelf down at the bottom, and it clicks into place, and I'm free and clear to do my next bit. Under here, you'll see I've got a magnet on my push stick, so I can push through and have it disappear under here. It goes out of the way. It works great. I like this. It's got a nice dust extraction system with it. I've got a 2-port extraction, a small cam vac on the other side that works great. And what about this back wall? Do you remember we made this unit a few weeks ago? So we did dovetailing, through dovetails. We did some unusual features, and I'm starting to use it. These screws on the back give me adjustability because I had some conflict with the short. This grain does not shrink, but the cabinet itself does, so I can micro adjust the back. So I've done that on those. And then down in the bottom, I've got these sliding doors that open up, and I've got all my nuts and bolts where I can find them at last. I just have to do the labeling. That's great. I kept my very iconic traveling joiner's toolbox here because it's part of me. It goes back a long way and I love it. My clamp rack is exactly where I need it. My saws are exactly where they're needed. And I've got my personal router planes, my personal planes, a variety of some that I never use and some that I do. And then on my bench top here, I've got my usual 3 planes. I've got my scrub plane in the middle. I've got my number 4 For smoothing, I've got my jack plane. Those are the ones I work with the most. Let's look at this here. You may have seen this hanging around. So I want to show you how I work, because I do inevitably end up working in metal sometimes, and I don't want to use my normal woodworking vise. So I clamp this in here. I can do everything I want metalworking, use a hacksaw with metal, steel. I can make blades. I can do a lot of filing and cutting on that. So that's my bench vise, my metalworking vise, and it keeps this nice and clean and free. So what have I got on my bench top? I've got my usual marking mortise gauges. I've got my files and rasps, sliding bevels, different chisels, my scrapers, my saws. Everything is close to hand. It's exactly as it was previously. And I actually brought this shelf unit with me because I needed this to go back as it was. Otherwise I would be floundering. So I've got my drill boxes. I don't know if I've ever shown you these. I used to make these to sell, these boxes. They're made on a bandsaw. There's no handwork, much handwork in them really, but they've worked for me for years. This one I've probably had for 30 or 40 years. This is a mesquite box I designed and made. I used to sell these when I lived in Reagan Wells, Texas, back in the 1980s and 90s. So I've got these still here with me. But then I have a crisp set that I can just go to and get the exact size I want. Other planes, I've got a Philister plane for rebating. I've got scrapers. I've got wider planes here, which I don't use as much, mostly because of the weight. I don't need the weight. What's this here? This is a buffing wheel on here, and I can use this when I'm sharpening my chisels. I can buff my chisels. Instead of using the strop, I can buff on this, and that works great. So it's a hand-held, hand-cranked, which I like very much. And I've got a hand-cranked grinder here. Now, you know that I do not usually grind my blades, my chisels. I don't go for the secondary bevel. I just go for a straight macro camber on my chisels. But I do grind metal fairly frequently. It might be the end of a bolt. It might be some metal that needs shaping, things like that. So I just put this together with a more modern wheel, but on a hand-cranked version. So this really can get some momentum. But what I've noticed is I can burn the steel, but I never burn the steel because of the type of stone, but also I can control the speed. I can go backwards and forwards, and it works just great. So I have that. I've got my drill drivers in their holders. I had to move those. I used to have them here, but I was compressed a little this way. So I moved these holders over to the other side. I don't use them that frequently, but they're close enough in for me to work with. My small boxes, they keep all the small paraphernalia, a bit like this here. If I pull this all the way out. So these are those tools that will never really find a home without something like this, a drawer to put your all the inevitables of woodworking, screwdrivers, pliers, square awls, clamps, hacksaw, and files for sharpening my saws, erasers, Sharpies, that kind of stuff. That would never really find a home. And you keep accumulating and accumulating. So that's that. My saws all hang here. I've got 3 saws down there. I've got some bigger ones that I use a little bit less than these smaller ones, but my saws hang here. That's a perfect place for me because when I'm in the zone and I start dovetailing, I can reach for the dovetail saw, it's right there. If I've got a heavy tenon to cut, then I'll go for my bigger saw, my 12-inch or my 14-inch. What are all these pieces on here? These are my inventions. I didn't copy them from anybody, but I've kept each iteration through the last 30 years. And this one, where is it? This one was my very first type. This is walking across a field. I tried to think how I could get 10 students to cut parallel holes down into, create a mortise. And I came up with this answer when I was begging, really begging myself, please come up with an answer, Paul. So when I went into the shop at 8 o'clock, I created one of these and I chopped a mortise with it, and it chopped a mortise perfectly. So I made 10 of them in about 15 minutes. The students came in, I gave them one, didn't tell them anything about it, and I ended up with the ability to clamp this jointly in the vise and chop a mortise perfectly parallel. And they had 8 to do because they were building a small table. And from that, I added some wear plates. From that, I needed one just for one job, so I just took 2 pieces of plywood. Adding the wear plate worked, but where it all ended up, it ended up with something back here. Let me see if I can drag this out for you just to show you, because I think this was one of my best ever ideas, was to create a series. So I've got a 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 3/4. Those are very standard sizes for distances in from the edge of the piece of wood. So if I have a piece of piece of material that's 3/4 wide and I want a 1/4 inch mortise, this goes on this side, oops, and then it goes on the other side, and the distance in between will be the 1/4 inch. So that's how I ended up there. When I need a special one, I just go and make one. And so in this case, you can see I've got 3/4 inch and I've got a 1/4 inch there. That means I wanted a 1 inch guide. So that's what that one was for. I wouldn't normally have a 1 inch guide. So this gives it nice, clean. And what is different about this, I decided to go with a piece of very hard plastic. And I found that serving trays in cafes and restaurants are made from this really hard plastic. So I just glue that on the face. So I feel very comfortable in my space now. I've got all my tools where they would normally be, and there's no compromise there. That means that I can work efficiently. And really, I think I could make just about any piece of furniture you care to name in this very compressed place. Consolidation and reductionism is the best thing for me. I love it, and I'm going to be working here for the next few months until my new studio is completed.